Imagine a moment in film history that shocked, confused, and fascinated people all at once. A moment that still makes headlines years later. And this video talks about Diana Dors, a famous star who never followed rules quietly, because one bold photo changed how people spoke about her forever. And if you stay with me, you will see that the full story is far more interesting than the title you clicked. Diana Dors was not just a pretty face. She was born in England and rose to fame during a time when movies were very strict. Actors were expected to look perfect, speak politely, and behave the same way off screen. But Diana did not fit that box at all. She was smart, playful, and always looking for attention in her own way. People compared her to Hollywood stars, but she wanted to be known as herself. As her career grew, so did her public image. Newspapers loved to talk about her clothes, her relationships, and her bold choices. Some praised her confidence while others criticized her loudly. But Diana understood something important. Attention could be power, and if people were talking, she felt she was winning. And this idea shaped many of her choices, including the moment that shocked everyone. The famous topless moment did not happen by accident. It was part of a planned photo shoot meant to break rules and start conversation. And at that time, showing skin like that was almost unheard of for a well-known actress. The photo was not rude or wild. It was calm, controlled, and confident. But still it caused gasps across the world. Magazines debated if the photo was art or trouble. Some fans felt surprised and even disappointed, while others saw it as brave. And Diana herself did not act ashamed. She stood by the choice and spoke clearly about it. And to her it was about owning her body and her image, and she refused to let others decide what was acceptable for her. What makes this moment so interesting is the timing. Society was slowly changing, but fear was still strong. Women were expected to stay quiet and follow rules made by others. And Diana challenged that without shouting, because one image spoke louder than many speeches ever could. And it forced people to look, think, and react. Behind the headlines, Diana was still working hard. She continued acting in films and shows, proving she had talent beyond looks. Many people forget that she was also a strong performer with great timing and emotion. And the photo did not end her career, and in many ways it made her unforgettable. Over time, opinions softened. What once seemed shocking began to look bold and ahead of its time. New generations saw the image and understood it differently, and it became a symbol of choice rather than scandal, because Diana had taken control of her story even when it was risky. This is why people still talk about that moment, because it was not just about skin, it was about control, freedom, and standing firm when the world points fingers. And Diana Dors showed that fame could be used on your own terms even when the cost was high. As the video moves closer to the end, ask yourself this question. Would that moment cause the same reaction now? Or was it powerful because of the time it happened? Because stories like this remind us that history is shaped by people willing to step outside lines. If you enjoyed learning about this side of Diana Dors, stay till the end and share your thoughts, because there are many hidden stories behind famous faces, and this is only one of them. And thank you for watching, and remember that sometimes one bold choice can echo for years. Before you click away, think about how stories get simplified online, because a single image can hide a full human life. Diana laughed, failed, learned, and changed like anyone else. And the bold photo became a headline, but it was only one page in a long book. She also faced pressure that is hard to imagine now. Cameras followed her moves, comments were printed without mercy, and every choice was judged by strangers. But even so, she kept moving forward and refused to disappear, and that strength helped her survive in an industry that often forgets people quickly. Another reason this moment matters is how it opened doors for talks about choice, because it showed that a woman could decide how she appeared even if others disagreed. And that idea slowly spread and helped change rules over time. And change is rarely fast, but it often starts with one person. Viewers sometimes ask if Diana regretted it, and from her own words she understood the risk and accepted it. She knew fame fades, but moments can last, and by taking control she shaped how she would be remembered instead of letting others write the ending. So when you see that image shared again, remember the full picture. Remember the mind behind the pose and the courage behind the calm face. Because history is not only made by loud actions, sometimes it is made by quiet confidence. If this story made you think, consider subscribing and watching more videos like this, because each one uncovers a different moment that changed popular culture in a small but lasting way, and your support helps keep these stories alive, and I will see you in the next story.